Across the twilight canvas, it streaks, a shadow against the fading light, the B-1B Lancer. Not just an aircraft, it's a phantom in the fading day. A whisper of steel and thunder that echoes through the heavens. Imagine it, a beast of war, forged in the fires of innovation, meticulously crafted to unleash a storm upon those who dare challenge its might. Listen to it roar across the sky, a sound that speaks of dominance, a symphony of controlled fury, a declaration of air power that no enemy can ignore. This, the B-1B Lancer, a machine born for one purpose: to deliver hell from above, to rain down fire and steel with unmatched ferocity. It carries within its belly the heart of a storm, the largest payload of any bomber in the American arsenal. A king's ransom in destructive capability. But here's the twist. Here's the question that hangs in the air like a phantom: doubt. After decades of unwavering service, after countless missions etched in the annals of combat, why is it not universally acknowledged as the most feared bomber in the sky? Why does the world still whisper with greater reverence of the B-2 Spirit, the ethereal ghost, or even the aging sentinel, the B-52 Stratofortress? To understand this puzzle, to unravel this aerial enigma, we must journey deeper than the surface, than the cold statistics and technical specs. We need to become detectives of the skies, tracing its story through the missions it has flown, the battles it has weathered, and the ever-shifting tides of modern warfare itself. We must explore not just what it is, but what it represents in the grand theater of global conflict. A stage where fear and perception are as potent as any weapon. Our story begins in the shadowed depths of the 1970s. A decade steeped in Cold War paranoia, a world divided by an invisible curtain of ideology and nuclear dread. In this tense era where the world held its breath, anticipating the next global tremor, the United States sought a guardian of the skies, a bomber that could outrun the watchful eyes of Soviet defenses, a spearhead of power capable of striking with decisive force, then vanishing back into the shadows of safety. From this urgent need, from this strategic imperative, was born the B-1A, a marvel of engineering, a sleek embodiment of supersonic ambition, a high-speed nuclear bomber destined to pierce the Iron Curtain and deliver its devastating payload. But fate has a way of rewriting plans. Just as the B-1A prepared to take its place on the world stage, the ground beneath nations began to tremble. The Soviet Union, fueled by relentless ambition and technological prowess, was making alarming breakthroughs in surface-to-air missile technology. SAMs. These three letters, chilling in their simplicity, represented a seismic shift in aerial warfare, a direct threat to the reign of high-altitude bombers. The specter of these advanced defenses cast a long shadow, forcing a radical rethink of strategic air power. The United States, faced with this evolving threat, understood a new truth emerged. A different kind of bomber was needed, one that could evade detection, not through sheer speed, but through cunning deception, through an almost supernatural invisibility to radar. And so, from the depths of secrecy, emerged the B-2 Spirit, a bomber shrouded in myth, designed to be a ghost in the machine, unseen, unheard, a phantom in the digital age. In the wake of this stealth revolution, the B-1A program, once the golden child of strategic bombing, found itself relegated to history, seemingly abandoned, lost to the archives of discarded dreams, until a new wind began to blow. Then, the page turned, the narrative shifted. A new chapter began with the arrival of a new administration in the halls of power in Washington, D.C. The Reagan administration, a force of unwavering resolve and fierce commitment to military strength, stepped into the spotlight. And with them came a second look, a reconsideration, a resurrection of a program thought lost forever. The B-1 was summoned back from the brink, not as a mere echo of its former self, not as the B-1A of supersonic fantasies, but transformed, reborn as the B-1B, a phoenix rising from the ashes of canceled programs. This was no simple revival, no mere upgrade. This was a metamorphosis. The B-1B was not just resurrected, it was reimagined as a war machine for a different kind of battle. A more resilient, more adaptable, low-level penetration bomber, It surrendered its supersonic dreams, its aspirations of high-altitude glory, trading raw speed for enhanced survivability, a newfound agility in the face of modern threats. It was no longer the sleek, high-flying nuclear strike aircraft of its original conception. Its destiny had been rewritten, its purpose redefined. Instead, it evolved into something altogether new. A high-speed, low-flying war machine, sculpted for the gritty realities of conventional warfare. A tool honed for the precision and the brutal close-quarters combat of conflicts beyond the nuclear shadow. The proving ground of combat beckoned, and in 1998, the B-1B faced its trial by fire, its first true test in the crucible of war. This moment arrived with Operation Desert Fox, a campaign forged in the fires of international tension, designed to deliver a decisive message to a defiant regime. The B-1B unleashed in this conflict was a weapon of pure destruction, conceived to unleash hell on Earth, capable of leveling enemy strongholds, turning landscapes into smoldering ruins. But here is where the story takes a subtle turn. Here is the critical distinction that shapes its legacy. Its presence was anticipated, its arrival was expected. Unlike its spectral sibling, the B-2 Spirit, which could slip through defenses, infiltrate enemy airspace unseen, unheard, like a phantom in the digital ether, the B-1B was always a blip on the radar, a known threat, a detectable force. It possessed breathtaking speed. It could outpace many interceptors. It could outmaneuver some threats, yet it lacked the ethereal cloak of stealth, the power of true invisibility. It was undeniably lethal, a harbinger of destruction from above, but it was not untouchable, not invulnerable, not beyond the reach of determined defenses. It was a force to be reckoned with, but not a ghost in the machine. In the long shadows of the 21st century, in the grinding, relentless wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, the B-1B discovered a new kind of battlefield, a new kind of purpose, and in these conflicts, it ascended to a new level of military renown. It became more than just a bomber. It transformed into a legend, whispered with reverence by the ground troops who fought and bled in those distant lands. It became their guardian angel, their bringer of fire from the sky. It could linger above the battlefield for hours, an unwavering protector, delivering unmatched firepower on demand. Its endurance was legendary, its ability to unleash ordnance, seemingly limitless. Soldiers, fighting in the trenches, facing the enemy in desperate close-quarters combat, knew with absolute certainty that when the distinctive silhouette of the B-1B appeared overhead, the very course of battle could be turned in an instant. Its presence was a surge of morale, a tangible symbol of air dominance, a promise of overwhelming force unleashed from above. Yet, while the troops on the ground rightfully adored it, while they placed their lives in its destructive power, the fear factor it generated in the hearts of the enemy was not quite the same as that inspired by its stealthier counterparts. Why this subtle but crucial difference? Because in the intervening years, in the relentless march of technology, stealth had risen to become the undisputed monarch of modern warfare, the new ruler of the aerial battlefield. Invisibility had become the ultimate weapon, the unseen terror, the most terrifying prospect. Let's dissect this more deeply. Let's truly understand the nuances of fear in the realm of aerial combat. Consider the spectral B-2 Spirit, almost invisible to radar, a phantom in the digital world, capable of penetrating the most fortified airspace with impunity, a ghost in the machine. Now imagine the emerging B-21 Raider, still shrouded in secrecy, yet engineered from its very core for absolute stealth supremacy. A bomber crafted to operate in the shadows, to strike without warning, to vanish without a trace, leaving only echoes of destruction. And then we have the B-1B, a titan of conventional firepower, a behemoth of payload capacity, but undeniably a machine that can be tracked, that can be seen on radar, a force whose approach can be anticipated. In the intricate calculus of modern warfare, in the psychological battlefield of conflict, the most feared weapon is not always the loudest, not always the most destructive, not even always the fastest. It is the one you cannot see coming, the one you cannot predict, the unseen predator lurking in the digital darkness. It is the weapon that targets Not just the body, but the very mind itself. We, who command these magnificent birds of prey. We develop a bond, a deep connection to this jet. It is more than just metal and wires to us. It becomes a partner in the skies, a comrade in arms. It is undeniably dependable in the face of adversity, always answering the call, always performing when the stakes are highest. It is immensely powerful, capable of delivering a truly breathtaking amount of ordnance, more than any other aircraft in the United States Air Force. We understand a fundamental truth about this machine. It is not sculpted for the shadows. It is not designed to disappear, to become a wraith in the electronic realm. When we take to the skies, when we execute our missions, we are making a statement, a clear, unequivocal declaration of air power. The enemy sees us, they are meant to see us, and in that visual confirmation, in that undeniable presence, they know what is coming. They understand the weight of the storm about to break upon them. That overt presence, that deliberate visibility is strangely both its greatest strength and also its inherent weakness, a paradox at the heart of its being. And this reveals the future trajectory of aerial warfare, the shape of things to come. This is the destiny of bombers, unfolding before our very eyes. The B-1B Lancer remains a force to be reckoned with, a formidable presence in the skies. It commands respect, it earns awe, but it is also, in many ways, a vestige of a past era, a time when sheer speed and overwhelming firepower alone dictated aerial dominance. The next generation of bombers, epitomized by the enigmatic B-21 Raider, are being meticulously crafted around a profoundly different principle, a new understanding of the psychology of war. They are not built solely for destruction. They are engineered for the manipulation of perception. They are forged in the very crucible of fear itself. Fear through uncertainty. Fear born of the unseen threat. The bomber that can strike from the void and vanish back into the digital night, leaving no trace but the echoes of devastation. The B-1B Lancer is undeniably powerful. Its capabilities are beyond question. Its destructive potential, immense. It is rightfully respected by allies and feared by adversaries alike. But in a rapidly changing world, a world where conflicts are increasingly decided before the first shot is fired, in the subtle realms of cyber warfare and psychological operations, it arguably lacks that intangible yet crucial element, the fear factor of a bomber that can operate with near impunity. Unseen, unstoppable, a phantom menace in the modern age. So I ask you, our viewers, what do you think? Should the B-1B Lancer, should its reputation be elevated to match its undeniable, destructive power? Or in this new age of stealth dominance, is invisibility truly the ultimate weapon, the deciding factor in the aerial balance of power? Share your thoughts, your insights in the comments below. Let's start a conversation. Let's delve into this debate, and while you're engaging, show your support. Hit that like button if you found this exploration captivating, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth journeys into the incredible machines, the technological marvels that shape the course of history and define the very nature of modern conflict.